Hi everyone, Harris here with iDownload Blog. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the AirPods Pro. Starting off with the unboxing, we're going to see what is inside, and we're going to give you some great audio of this experience. And you can hear what that sounds like. Anyway, so inside you get the AirPods case itself. Underneath that, you get your standard array of accessories, you get your packaging, you get your documentation without any Apple stickers, so that's unfortunate. Then you have a Lightning to USB-C cable, as well as some extra silicone ear tips. So looking at the case, it is not too different from the original AirPods and the second generation AirPods. It's just a different shape. You know, if you stack it up, it's not too much taller, and it's about the same width. So it's definitely a little bit bigger, but it's not a big deal. And opening it up, you can see the AirPods sit up with like the back of the AirPods, the outside facing you. But with this one, it's kind of the opposite. You put them with the inside facing you, which doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things at all, but just something that I noticed. It just feels backwards to be doing this. The hinge feels a little bit weaker, like it feels a little more plasticky with these, which is weird. Like, and you can hear that difference in the clicks. That it basically means nothing, but there is a little difference in the clicks there, and I would say the hinge definitely feels a little bit cheaper on the AirPods Pro. Not a big difference. We have the pairing button on the back again, and the LED indicator light on the front, just like the AirPods 2. So it'll tell you the status and the color, whether it be red or green or white for pairing. And then underneath we have Lightning. Now these, like we showed before, have Lightning to USB-C. We have the USB-C on one side and Lightning on the other side. So for this, you're going to need to charge it with your iPad's charger or your iPhone 11 Pro or Pro Max charger or your Max charger if you want to use the cable included. Otherwise, you'll need to use the other Lightning cables that you have already. And yeah, so we can take a look at the earbuds themselves. As you can tell, it is shorter than the previous AirPods. So you can see the difference here, definitely shorter stout, which is weird because I wasn't expecting Apple to make a shorter stout. It seems like they could have fit more technology in a longer one, a longer stem, but it's definitely bulkier up top. So you can see there, big difference in like the grill on the outside, looks very different. And then you can see what it looks like up front. But yeah, of course we do have the silicone ear tips with this model, and they actually kind of just pull right off. Semi-magnetic, just a clip that you kind of just put a little bit of pressure on and it sticks in there, which is nice because normally you have to fiddle with these silicone ear tips when you're putting them in and out. And Apple does include extra sizes inside of here, so by default it gives you the small medium. Now when you hop over to the iPhone and you go into your Bluetooth settings, you can see AirPods Pro. And here you can change the name and you can change the noise level. So noise cancellation is simple, right? It blocks out the sound that's around you. You have transparency, which almost amplifies the sound around you, which is really good if you need to be attentive to your surroundings. And then off, which is basically in normal mode, like basically what your normal AirPod would be, but it actually blocks a little bit more noise just because of the nature of the silicone tip. So those are your options there, and you can change what holding on to the stem does on the left and the right inside the settings, and then you can actually do an ear tip fit test, so it'll kind of see how good the seal is, and it'll tell you if you should adjust the ear tips. And when I did this, I was fine. Now when you go onto the Apple Watch and you click source, and you go into the settings and you click your AirPods Pros, it'll give you those noise control options, so off, noise cancellation, and transparency. So that is right there on the Apple Watch as well, which is great. And if you don't have both earbuds in, it'll tell you to use both AirPods in order to use noise cancellation. Now the multi-touch controls on these are much more similar to the Powerbeats Pro in the sense that you have a single tap to pause or play, a double tap to skip forward, a triple tap to go backwards, and then you can change the noise cancellation settings in addition and use the Hey Siri functionality to activate Siri. So with this, if you do a little bit of a short tap, that'll be your play or pause. If you hold it, that will give you your change your settings for the sound performance. If you double tap, of course, the skip, and triple tap, it'll be backwards. Now this is actually more of a press, so you can't just like really tap. You have to kind of be more forceful with it, which is something that I just simply don't like. When you're using this, you have to be a lot more intentional with where you click instead of just kind of tapping the outside of the previous AirPods. You now have to kind of locate this and do your taps. I'll probably get used to it, but I can already tell it's a little bit different and I don't like it quite as much. But the obvious pro is that you get far more options for controlling without needing an external device, like your phone or a watch to change the settings. Now, my first impressions of these is definitely that the active noise cancellation blows my mind. It basically just cuts out that outside noise, the humming of the air conditioner, the humming of my computer. It just silences it, which is crazy for a pair of earphones. I like the transparency mode because it gives me a good sense of my surroundings and it's a lot more similar to the old AirPods, which will definitely be good for certain situations. But I can already tell that for a plane, this is not going to be a bad option, which is kind of crazy coming from something this size. So yeah, these are the AirPods Pro. They're awesome. I love being able to change between the transparency and the active noise cancellation mode. Of course, I'll be doing some run tests with this and other fitness videos, but I want to know what you want to see covered with these earphones. Leave those in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.